Guys, Evil Duo Arm here today, and today I have part 2 of the leveling video. This is going to be a multi-part series where we go through Blade and Soul and get to level 50 as fast as possible without having to grind mobs. So without further ado, let's get going. So first, make sure you gather all quests from the area we just left in our last video, and proceed into the dungeon below to, where you have to gather a leg and you have to kill a boss at the end. If you have not collected all quests, the Gathering the Leg, I believe, quest won't be there. So make sure you have that Gathering the Leg quest. The Escape Charm that you got is a reward from one of the quests that you completed earlier. Use that to get out of the dungeon faster, and head on over to the Black Ram South Anchor, I believe is what it's called, and just basically go through the questing area here as well. Save Changen and move on through. So these guys, kill them one at a time, make it easier for you, or if you really are feeling adventurous, kill them all at the same time. Plant the poison, save the guy. Now for this bit, try and keep the mobs from coming inside of the area, because if they do, then the guy rescuing them will not continue to rescue people. Once he comes out, head on over and try and beat him to all of the mobs to speed things up. So you see I'm trying to get to the mobs before he does, so he goes right through and opens up the chest for you to gather. So, like I said, just basically continuing along with this. It's a pretty straightforward quest. And once you've gathered all the stuff, make sure you kill the guys that walk behind the trigger there, because they will jump you during it and it gets annoying. So you just have to kill him once, and then he goes back, and then you have to kill him again, and then you'll be able to win stride out. So once you win stride out, you go back in, turn in all the quests, and that'll put you on level 11, and you proceed on your merry little way. Stop this direction to pick up that quest, and continue along. So when you get around here, you're going to see a random event here, where people are like gathering pigs or trying to walk pigs. Just kill the guys and collect one of the loots. It'll give you 200 XP quests that you can turn in the next area. So pick up the story quest, and when you're killing these guys, try to kill the ones near Dochin first, because these ones respawn at the highest rate, so it'll just make the quest easier. And then on top of that, when you have to kill, or once you finish killing the 7 things, Dochin will be the one you have to turn the quest into, so it'll save you some time there. So save the 2 guys, hand that in, hand in your 200 XP quest that you picked up on the way in, go down here, and meet Jin Si-Yun. So when you're doing this, use this opportunity to complete a survey. This survey will give you the experience soup as well as a gem bag. So on mine, I open the gem bag and I only get 1 gem fragment. If you get more than 1, or rather you need 3. If you get 3 gem fragments, use those gem fragments to create a square gem in the transmute menu. It'll be beneficial for, it'll just increase your clear speeds and the like. It's just more damage or more stats on something. Anyway, so gather all the quests. For the Stockton quest, you have to put it on, talk to him, take it off, talk to him, but it's pretty quick. For this one, if you have lots of AoE in your class, it might be easier just to AoE the mobs down, but also shooting them is not much slower. So hand in the quest, move along, and you're continuing on to the next area. Try not to find anything if you don't have to. It'll speed things up, and they're not worth that much XP. So gather all the quests, pick up that quest, finish it to get the bamboo uniform, I believe is that one is, and head into the dungeon, trying to group the mobs and clear the mobs. And yeah, group mobs, clear mobs, save miners. Pretty straightforward. Let's see. So when you get down here, you don't have to walk all the way around the bridge. You can just jump down and clear them down there. And yeah, so also, if you have not already read the letter from Hajun, since it's going to pop up here in a second, make sure you read the letter from Hajun to be able to unlock the secret training area over here. So as you'll see after I clear the boss, it'll pop up. Yeah, if that door's not open, make sure to read Hajun's letter. So, once again, another one of the Hajun trainings. These take a little bit of time. I think this one is countering the knockdown, which is quite the pain because the knockdown and the cooldowns just aren't the same. But anyway, so once you get through that, clear these, or pick up these quests, and then do a big circle around the area, or on the perimeter of the area. It'll gather all the mushrooms you need, and it'll gather all the monsters you need for 1 clear. Unfortunately, there were other people here, so if there are other people here and it is getting a bit difficult, just switch channels to increase your clear speed. So you'll see I'll complete 1 circle right now, gone around once, and I'll need to go around a second time because there were guys around here who were slowing it down. So clear through the mobs, and I believe I need a couple more mushrooms, and I think I got it right there. So complete the quest, move in, and head on into the next camp. In this camp, you're also going to pick up every quest. The picking up every quest will stop pretty soon, I promise. So anyway, pick up all the quests, make sure you read Hajun's letter when you get over to the area. And yeah, so I took a break here, and this is where I stopped recording my first one, but you need to do your surveys to make sure you have the EXP soup. So then anyway, you gotta eat the EXP soup in here. So most places they tell you to grind in this area. We're just using it because you have a lot of mob killing quests that are coming up in the near future. So we're just gonna play through this like it's a regular thing. Try and kill a few extra mobs if you can, but don't skip anything. But don't keep running this dungeon over and over. It becomes quite boring. But anyway, so you're going to clear the mobs here, complete the boss, and then I try to get a little greedy and kill a couple extra ones, and I pulled too many and I get killed. So avoid doing that. It delays the game quite a bit. I think this set me back 3 minutes on my EXP soup, which is kind of annoying. But I still am able to clear all the mobs that I will be killing in this section of the video with the 1 EXP soup. This one's also slow because it's a 30-second cooldown skill you gotta wait for. Some classes have it easier, some have it harder. Anyway, so you complete that Hajun training, make sure you read this letter if that door is not open, and then head on back to the main camp over here. Turn in all the quests, gather all the quests, pretty straightforward. Just make sure you gather all of the quests in this area. I believe there are 4 of them. Yes, there are 4, it just popped up on the screen. So start over here by killing these guys. They're not too hard to kill, especially as a summoner, but other classes might have a bit more difficulty, they are stronger. Head on up here and get this boss. Killing mobs along the way. The only reason I rushed to the boss was because there were people farming the mobs. So yeah, basically just go around and kill. I think I switched channels here actually at some point. I don't know if you're going to see it in the video because it's sped up so fast. But I switched channels because there were just way too many people grinding in this area using the XP soup. So anyway, you're just killing the mobs that you need to for the quests. You're not doing anything grinding-wise. You're just killing what you need to. It's actually like 30-something mobs I think you have to kill for this series of quests. So 30-something mobs comes out to like killing 70 in the same amount of time since you're using the XP soup, which is very beneficial. It's a lot of XP that you would otherwise be losing. This is going to put you to the same level as if you were grinding the Dream Drift. So yeah, it's not much of a loss of time or XP. So moving along, I believe that's it. Yep, that's the complete. So hand in all the quests in the area, and then you're going to gather 1 more plus a Hajun training letter. So read your Hajun training letter or read it when you get to the door. It'll pop up there to remind you. So anyway, you're going to run through, group up mobs, delete the mobs, and just continue along through the dungeon. Pretty simple dungeon as well. This one's actually a bit more difficult. The mobs have a bit more health. So yeah, you're towards the edge of a weapon switch. So that's why they're going to be a little bit slower to kill. So anyway, plug through the dungeon, and you'll get to the boss. I'm killing all the mobs because I have the XP soup. And now you see I just got the level up to 16, I believe is what it is. At that point, the mobs give half XP, so there's no point in using the EXP soup anyway. It's just like giving you regular XP for the level. So we've successfully accomplished all that we need to with that EXP soup. We got to the level that it matters. So Hajun's training is a really straightforward and simple one, but then you have to escort him out of the dungeon. So the dungeon escort isn't really that difficult. There's just 1 little mini boss on the way through, plus a bunch of regular mobs, and then he lights the dust. So hand in the quest, gather another one, or another 2 quests rather. Gather 2 quests, move along, and yeah, I forgot to edit out this loading screen. I do believe one of these loading screens I forgot to edit out, so it actually is a bit slower. That was the one before. Anyway, so moving in, you pick up that quest, and you got to kill 7 of these rams. I still have the XP soup, so that's pretty cool. Getting a little bonus XP, but it's not like it's that big of a difference. It's probably about 100 XP difference. So if you're out of the soup already, it doesn't matter. So gather all the quests in this area. I slowed down the video a little bit to try and help you see which ones are being gathered in this section. Jadestone Village is very complicated, so we're gonna end up using up a lot of time here on this video. That's why it's so much longer than the other videos. So anyway, so you're gonna have to pick up the quest where you go to market, and for that quest to market, buy the plague weapon for your class. They're usually not much more than 10 silver. People tend to farm that dungeon quite a bit trying to get their weapon, and they end up getting other ones and try and sell it, and etc. etc. But anyway, so pick up your plague weapon, equip it, and to complete the market quest, you have to press F5 to open the market as well. You have to open it both ways. But once you do that, you can turn it in and get a bonus XP. So for this bit here, you collected quests, turned in quests, and so now you're going to do the joining the guild, the gathering guild quests. You don't need to have completed that gathering guild's quest to get these quests. So what we've joined is Green Thumbs, and I don't remember the other one. I believe it's I can't remember it. But anyway, so you join those 2 guilds that I have slowed it down for in the video. If I was talking through it and you missed it, just rewind the video a bit. Anyway, so you got to collect the flower up here for the first, and then picking up Old Man Cho's story quest, and you're going to do the story quest while you're over here. This is the most efficient way I found to do these quests. Anyway, so then the second one you're gathering for the green thumbs, and then you head on into the second quest, put on your necklace for a little bit more damage, or you can wait until another cutscene. It's not really a big deal. It's not that much of an increase. So moving in, kill this guy. After you kill him, head on out. I get caught by a Ploggle on my way through, which is quite annoying. But anyway, back out the door. Over here, turn in this quest that you got from the other side of the village. Head on over. Now you can hand in both of your gathering quests and a story quest, and collect that side quest that you're going to be doing later, and then turn in that quest. Now you have to leave both of the guilds you were just in, and then you need to pick up Tree Fellers, and then we're picking up Fishing Union. So for Tree Fellers, I'm going to do the Tree Fellers right now. It's right by the main city capital. Jump down and turn it in. It's a quick quest to hand in, and then we're going to pick up the stone cutting one, I believe, their quest. So over here is where theirs is. It's by the tree. And then you've got to go pick up the shell from the Fisher's quest. So head on back to turn in those quests. Now, so turning in the Fisher ones, and then leave the Fisherman's, and then turn in, or then pick up the Hunting quest, Hunting Guild quest, and then turn in the Stone Cutting quest, and pick up the join Soul Wardens, because Soul Wardens is one of the most profitable professions in the game. And then we were also going to join the Merry Potters, because they are the most profitable profession as you play through the game. So you're just trying to make money. We're using this to make another money. So leave Stonecutters, and then you're joining the 7th gathering thing, and now you have all gatherings. Pick up that quest on your way off the bridge. I ran out of stamina across the water, so that kind of stinks. So now you got to pick up this quest, which is right there. And then the final one is up by this tree for that, yeah. So and then you fly on back, and you're going to turn in those gathering quests. Sorry if this is getting a little complicated. Feel free to rewind and replay the section if it is getting complicated. So now you turn in all your gathering quests, and you are good to move. Well, right, it's a lie. Leave the other two, and then re-accept Green Thumbs and Tree Fellers. These are the two professions that best benefit the two professions that you picked up: Soul Wardens and Merry Potters. Green Thumbs for Merry Potters, and then Soul Wardens actually benefits from both. So yeah. So now, when you finish gathering or accepting those quests, you got to pick up the respective order quest for each of them. So you got to order the logs from the Tree Fellers, and you got to order some clay from the Green Thumbs. So we're gonna go through these quests. Most guides skip them. I don't know why. They're decent experience, and they're pretty straightforward. You got to walk there anyway. It's not like you have much option other than to kill these things on your way through. So we're just gonna gather the XP from those. It's just 5 for 8 things I think you have to kill. So it's not that big of a deal. Hand in all the quests, and I grabbed them all, and I was starting to do them, and then I was like, nah. There was nobody else around killing the big boss there, so if there is a guy killing the big boss, pick up the quest and then move along. So Hanzu, you just have to kill 2 training dummies, and then you got to do 2 surveys while you wait for him to open the fire, and then walk slowly over there. So once he's walked over there, you're going to basically run by all of these mobs. You don't want to fight them. They take too long, and they're not great experience, and you're going to head on over to Old Man Cho, and he's going to send you on your windwalking journey. I'm sorry, when I was editing this, I was like, wow, people are going to be very, very, their eyes are going to hurt from watching that, so sorry. Anyway, so accept the quest here in this place. Do another survey while you wait for Hanzu to slowly clear fire again. It seems to be a repetitive theme. Anyway, move along, kill the training dummies, then you get to fight the little guy, and he also is going to wait to kill, to get rid of an invisible wall. It's never been there for me any time I've played. I have no idea why. Very confusing. Anyway, so do some inventory management, equip some stuff. I got to shift sticky keys. I was hitting shift too much. Anyway, so you turn in the quest, and you are at 2 hours and 17 minutes to reaching your skill book. In this game. So we're going to have a bit of a delay until we get to the next area. So anyway, I took a break before recording the next section, so if you also take a break at that point, use this time to open up the guild menu and collect everything that you need to collect. What did I do there? Well, first off, collect all the quests here, and then proceeded through the video I was watching. But what I did on the guild thing is, you got to accept your guilds, or reorder your guild stuff, and then you need to order on top of that a Merry Potter's Bowl and a Soul Warden's Critical Soul Shield. You'll use those later for your Soul Shield that you get in the game to increase your damage here. They're not really worth reselling because they don't go for that much money. So anyway, so did those quests. You did the ones where you kill the 3 guys, you gather the mushrooms, and then you look at the dead body. Those are the only ones you do in that area, even though I accepted them all on accident. I just accepted them all to make sure I didn't miss it. But the only ones you do are those 3. So then you use your Jadestone Return Charm to head on back to Jadestone Village. And when you're here, you got to kill 15 guys, and then you head on over to this the Plague Hollow, the dungeon that we skipped just by buying the weapon, and work your way through that. when you get to the end of it, it's kind of slow. He kind of likes to talk and drag things out, this guy. So I played with my inventory a little bit, and I managed stuff while I waited for mobs to spawn. As you see, I'm changing my skills and looking through them and seeing what they do, trying to figure out how to play Summoner. Oh, this is for my first time playing through the class, but the same skills sets apply through it. That's why I wanted to pick Summoners to show that any class can do it. So anyway, go back, turn in your quest, and you are good to move along after you do some inventory management. Our inventory is quite full at this point. We've been really stocking up. At this point, if you wanted to buy some more Viridian poisons too on the market, you could, because those are useful for making more bowls to make more money. I didn't buy any because I was just trying to go through as fast as possible on this, but if you're playing with the intent of making money and having this be a character that you actually use too, I would highly recommend buying some poisons and going through. So anyway, moving along, we went into the next area over here, and in this area, you're going to do all of the quests as well. They do take a little bit of time. As you see, we ding level 19 right there. They do take a bit of time, but the experience is really good for this level. I've never actually seen that 2 mob before, so that's why I was so excited to go and kill it. But anyway, the Bulberry is the hardest part. If you get through these and you just want to skip the Bulberry one because you have to kill 12 of them and you have to wait for their drops, I would say it's perfectly fine to skip the Bulberry one. It's only like 1,000 experience anyway. But the experience is pretty good for this quest at this point in the game. And you got to remember too, you're well over leveled in this area, so you're not getting full XP for the mobs. Well, you will be soon. 17 to 19 is still full experience, but when you hit 20, you'll be over leveled in the area. So anyway, turn in all the quests at this place. Head on down, put the tags on the mobs here. You got to kill one of those guys, then head into the dungeon. And move through the dungeon, save Schengen and Doden again, because they like to be saved a lot throughout the story. And you're moving along, killing the mobs and the thing. They're not really close enough together to try and mob them all together. These ones you could AoE down. But the regular mobs aren't close enough, so just move forward and killing. Windwalk out to the same place you were just at, turn in the 2 quests, and that is it for this area. So you're moving on into the next little village, and you're going to get an upgrade to your weapon, I believe, as soon as you get here. Or relatively soon. Maybe not. Anyway, so moving along, you pick up the story quest, pick up the quest that is closest to the guy up there. So that quest is going to be to kill this guy to take a painting, and then the other quest is killing the guys around him for a thing. Yeah, there you go. That's where you get the weapon, so you put down the weapon. And so we slow down the video a little bit to pick up the quest. So get the 2 quests next to him, and then grab this one. Although I don't remember if I actually ended up doing this one. And then it turns into that down there, and move along. So you've picked up the story quest, the 2 quests closest to the guy up there, and etc. So pick up that one, move through, kill pot dogs, grab the mushrooms, try and do as quickly as possible. I jump over the back side of the village to grab the first item that we need. And then we continue along. So actually rewind that if you didn't catch that the first time. So anyway, now that I've got the things, come over the backside of the village again to pick up the pot so we don't get caught by anybody. We can just run out, and as you see, we took no damage. So rewind the video, slow it down a little bit if you need to see what I did there. But it makes it a lot easier, and it's free XP that you didn't have to worry about. So pick up the 2 quests next to the guy, and then pick up and turn in that quest to them. So now, moving along, we are heading down to the Valley of the Yutei, or Cave of the Yutei, or something like that. So pick up the quest here. You got to kill the little crab guys. They're pretty easy. You can group them up together and just kite them, really. And you head into this. So clear the mobs on your way through. This is a good dungeon to get some experience in. And so save him or fight him. I don't know what the story is. I believe it's a fight because he turns into a bad guy. But anyway, so I healed my cat, grabbed some things, move in and fight him. Now this is a tough fight for most classes. I pop a Dragon Blood there, so make sure you grab both your Dragon Bloods on your way in. I try to heal my cat, then I realized I'm wasting time when I can just respawn it later, so we move along, turn in the quest, and that puts us on level 20 at 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 25 seconds. So, yeah, this is a pretty good time, 3 hours. Most guides are about 2.5 to this point with grinding the Dream Drift and grinding other mobs. So I don't think we're missing out on too much here. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you found this beneficial. I hope that you continue along watching the series, and yeah, be ready for the next part of the series. It's going to be levels 21 through 25. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope it helped, and peace. Have a good one.